Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what an escrow is and try to explain it to you guys so you understand better. Like and subscribe below. If you've ever been through real estate school, you're definitely going to be familiar what an escrow is and kind of know how it goes, but you don't really know what it is until you get to see it for yourself and see how everything works, see the process of it all. And it can be a little bit confusing, especially for your clients, and you have to make sure that you really make it clear on what's going to be happening, what is going on in escrow, just so they feel more comfortable and they're really going to want to talk to you about it. So just to be basic, escrow is just a third party that holds like money or documents, and it's typically used in Arizona for real estate. Sometimes lending comes into play. With escrow is important because it's where the money and all the important documents are kept, and it's kept by a third party to keep both the seller and the buyer safe. And by safe, I mean the buyer is putting money into this account to buy this home, and that keeps the buyer safe so that if the deal falls through or something goes bad, the buyer still gets their money back. And this protects the seller so that the buyer can't get them less than what they're owed, and all the terms and the instructions are written in escrow so no one can try to go around them. You can make sure that everything is going as planned, all the payments, anything that needed to be fixed was fixed. So it is really important for both parties. The term being in escrow is when real property requires a transfer of title, which is a lot of deals. You'll see this all the time. In escrow, when someone says the instructions typically mean the price the house is going to sell for, if anything needs to be fixed before the close of escrow, so maybe the plumbing they agreed on, and maybe the backyard, something went wrong. All of that is done in a document in escrow so that you can have it in writing and make sure it all does get done. And an escrow officer reads through all those documents and makes sure that they are all correct, both parties have agreed, and there's no conflict there. Typically, there's no time length of how long an escrow can be open. You just can't put a timeline on it because some can be open for 2 days, some can be open for months. It just really depends on what's in the instructions. So sometimes they'll put in the seller needs to stay in the home until blah blah date. So that would mean that the escrow is open until the final sale of the home if it was written in the terms. It all is in the instructions, so each escrow is different, each instructions is different, and is based on the seller and the buyer, what they come to an agreement, and they both say what they want, and then they just blend it into one file, kind of, I guess you could say. What we call a closing of escrow is when an escrow officer will audit all the documents, make sure all the instructions are correct, make sure both parties have followed the instructions. After that is done, then the escrow officer prepares a closing statement, making sure everything is correct, saying both parties agree, and then they will typically order the title company to record the documents so that everything is there. Also, at the close of escrow is when real estate agents get paid. So right when the escrow closes, we get paid, and then the check goes to our office, and then from there we get distributed the money. So sometimes if you have a home in escrow for 6 months, you might be working on that deal and you might have it all set out in order, but whatever's in the instructions, maybe something, they have to wait 6 months for whatever, you're not going to get paid until those 6 months are over and the close of escrow has happened. And that's just to protect if just an issue comes up and the deal ends up falling through, and that way that you don't have to give the money back, so you just have to end up waiting, which can be a little frustrating sometimes, but it is just part of the business. And it's easier to get it later than to have to give it back when you maybe already spent it, so I do think it's the best way. I hope this gave you guys a better understanding of escrow. I know it is a little confusing and each case is different, so you can't just go off of one because each seller, each buyer is different, and getting two people to come together on terms can be really difficult, but just stick in, make sure you're just working for your client and doing the best you can for them. They'll tell you everything they want. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram at The Financial Couple. Bye guys, thank you.